Hi. So this is the introduction to my new YouTube channel, and I have absolutely no idea how this whole thing is going to go. All I can tell you is that what I'm going to be talking about are things that I've been going through in the last, well, I might talk about things that went through my whole lifetime, but I'm going to specifically be talking about things that happened since I met a woman who I later found out is a twin flame. And I didn't even know what a twin flame was. But since I met this woman and I found out what a twin flame was, the things that have happened in my life has been nothing short of amazing, unbelievable, fantastic, like a fantasy. And I went through a lot of struggles, a lot of pain, a lot of emotions, a lot of freedoms, a lot of realizations, epiphanies, visions, channeling, energy, healing. All these things started happening to me that I never experienced before in my whole life. And I have experienced a few things in my life, but nothing to this magnitude. It was like all of a sudden I woke up and it was like I was becoming a different person and I didn't understand the person I was becoming and I didn't understand the person that I was before that. It's wild. I mean, you literally wake up as a different version of yourself and you feel like you're all alone in this world with nobody to help you. And so what I did was I started looking for answers on Google and YouTube and just started doing research and finding out what were these things happening. Am I the only one? And not to be self-centered or be selfish or egotistical, but at the time that it first started, I really thought it was just me. I really thought I was alone. And I really did not, it made me think that whatever was going on with me was abnormal. And it even made me question my sanity. Matter of fact, it made me question my sanity more than anything because I would have these thoughts like, this cannot actually be happening. This is not real. This is a dream. This is some way, like, I even had thoughts like, am I just some crazy lunatic wandering the streets? But I think this is going on in my life, right? I think I have a normal job. I think I have normal kids. I think I have a normal car and a normal house and normal circumstances that occur with friends and strangers and just all of that. Like, what in the hell is really going on? And when I got to that point, when I was like wondering if I was sane or insane, I just started doing research. And what I found out is that I'm not alone. And obviously, if you're watching this, you're not alone. There is an entire community waiting for you to contact them. I have created an entire community of people and support that I can go to and bounce ideas off of them and talk to them about experiences I've had and share with them my experience and help them with their troubles and things that they're going through and insecurities. And what it turned out to be is that I met people that had been through what I went through, and they helped me, sometimes just helped me by reassuring that just the fact that this happened to somebody made me feel like I wasn't alone. That helped in itself. And I had people help me in all kinds of different ways. And then as a result, I'm finding that I'm helping other people with some of the same stuff. And it's kind of interesting, but I'm watching some people that I personally know and have known go through this experience of awakening to different phenomena, different sensations, different thoughts. It's quite scary. But when you realize that you're not crazy, it's fantastic. Everything about it is wonderful. And all of the fears that I had, all of the things that were holding me back, and I didn't even realize that they were fears. I thought that I did things that made sense because this is what you would do in this scenario. What I didn't realize is I was holding myself back. I was holding myself back because I had obstacles and blockages in my life keeping me from doing the things that I desired to do. And when I realized that those blockages, that those areas of resistance, that those people, those places, those situations, that they literally were just illusions. I could change those scenarios. I could change that situation just by literally realizing that they were only illusions and just dismantling the illusion. Okay. I can't do this because that person will think this of me. Oh, well, suddenly things start making a lot of sense. If somebody's thought of how I am is keeping me from doing something, I first have to realize that it doesn't really matter what they think, right? Doesn't matter what they think. It matters what my desire is. Would I rather be held down and bound and chained with a BlackBerry on my leg because of someone else's thoughts? Or would I like to realize that their thoughts don't really matter? What matters is what my thoughts are. And I'm the only thing keeping me held back. No one else is holding me back. Only I am holding me back. So just by realizing that the way someone might, not even that they thought that way about it, or that they would think a certain way about something that I wanted to do, just that the fact that I thought that they might think those things was holding me back. And it's pathetic. Now that I realize that they're illusions, it's pathetic to allow it to happen again. But at the time, I was just walking around blinded, not realizing that this small thing that I could change so quickly could keep me from living my desires. And so I know that there's a lot of people out there that have these situations, some very similar situations as me going on. And I know that somebody will click on this video and they'll say, yep, I needed to hear some of those things, and I needed to know that I'm not alone. And I needed to know that someone's going to admit that this is going on with them. Because I've talked to some other people that don't want to admit it. They don't admit it because they are afraid of judgment from others. And that's a big deal for a lot of people. Some people have family members that are keeping them held back. Some people have entire family communities keeping them held back with all these expectations, that all these other people have expectations of this one person, and this one person is just trying to make everybody happy. And the fact of the matter is, you can't make everybody happy. And if you try to, you're not going to be happy. What you need to do is make yourself happy, and the people that aren't going to be happy with it will fall away. And the people that are okay with it will remain. And therefore, your illusions, your blockages are gone. They just escape. They're not in your reality anymore. They don't exist there anymore because you start to do things for yourself, things that you want to do. I'm talking about things that you want to do that are going to help you and other people. I'm not talking about doing things that you desire that are destructive to you. Like, I'm not talking about living out a fantasy that would hurt other people or yourself. I'm talking about living your heart's desire, doing the things that are going to fulfill you. And by doing the things that are going to fulfill you, you're literally going to make the people in your life happier because you'll be happier. Like when I started becoming happier, guess what? I stopped yelling at my kids as much. I stopped getting snappy with the secretary. I stopped doing some of the things that I was doing before because I had this aggression that was from built up frustration because I was not completely happy. There's areas in my life that I was happy. There's a lot of areas that I was not happy. And so by making myself happy, by living out my own heart's desires, I became a nicer person to the people around me. And guess what? They're happier now because I'm happier because I'm not trying to make them happier, right? So it's fucking crazy, but it's really nice to have the realization that this is the reality, that this is really what's going on. And I want to be able to express these types of things to people. I have had some amazing things happen to me. I woke up one day and suddenly I was having vision. I could see something, and someone would be talking to me. They'd be telling me something, and I would see this picture in my head. And then I would say to them, did it look like this? And they're like, yeah, actually it looked exactly like that. How did you know that? I'm like, I don't know how I knew that. I just saw it, And I started feeling all this energy move through my body, literally come up through my chest and churn back down and go into my torso, up and through, and start buzzing around. And my child would come and give me a hug, and her head would lay against my chest, and she'd say, wow, Daddy, your chest is making me dizzy. And I'm like, well, that's real then. What is this going on with me? And then they have the experience of this energy that was culminating and just building up inside of me suddenly blast through my head, just blast off right through my head, just go straight up. and the feeling and the sensation and the things that started happening after that, the thoughts I was having, the intuitions I was having, the sensations that I was having. And then I was having sensations that was happening to other people. So other people's pains, I would start to feel them. In my whole life, I've been quite intuitive, but I had never had anything close to this magnitude of, extrasensory type stuff happen. I had some intuition. I was very empathic. I've always felt people's feelings very, very strongly. But when these things started, I literally was rocketed into a new version of reality. And it took quite a while for me to get balanced. It took a while for me to ground myself, to come back down a little bit and just calm down. And, all I want to do is help people to maintain some sort of stability in their life. And one of the reasons I want to do it is because I know it's going to help me maintain my stability. It's going to help me be grounded. And the reason is because after all these things started happening, it became very, very clear to me that I am supposed to help people do this. It's part of my soul mission. And so as realizing that this is my soul mission, that was only just a small fraction of a realization. Then came all the fear and all of the anxiety about what people that I know might think of me when they start to see something like this, or if I start to, express some sort of, thought that I have, or a new belief system that I'm learning about. It really became a lot of anxiety for me just to think about me being able to do a YouTube video with this topic. And so I spent a lot of time going through these fears and realizing that they're just illusions, and realizing that it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks, because if I care about what everybody else thinks and I keep my mouth shut and I don't express myself, then I'm not going to be happy. I'm just going to be a balled up lump of anxiety all the time, frustrated, not expressing myself, no expansion. And so when I realized that this was what the universe or source or God or Jesus or whatever you want to call it was nudging me to do, all these fears came up. And as I began to deal with these fears and realize that the blockages are only illusions, and seeing how to handle an illusion for myself and them dropping away, it became easier for me to think about doing this. About, I would say, 3-4 weeks ago, I did my first YouTube video that I never posted. And the video was about me as a twin flame, meeting my twin flame, how I realized that I was waiting, or I was at some point, people are waiting on someone who's waiting for them, but they're waiting. So you can't get anywhere if you're waiting for someone that's waiting for you to do something, right? You just don't get anywhere. And so I did my very first YouTube video and I never posted it because why? I was waiting to post it. And I didn't know what I was waiting for, but the timing didn't feel right. And this morning I woke up and realized that this is the time. It needs to be posted today. And I don't know why I felt that way this morning. What I will tell you is it's January 11th. And I have learned over the course of the last several months that the numbers 11 and 111 and 1111, they all have meanings. And 111 means to me new beginnings, a new start, a fresh start, with nothing in the past holding me back. Nothing in the future can hold me back or push me back because I'm in the present moment now. I am literally in this moment right now. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm not thinking about the past. I might share stories about the past, but I am right here with who I am today. And so I want to share that kind of experience with people. And you will see in these videos all kinds of different stories, situations, healings that I have received. I've received healings from God. I've woken up in the middle of the night and I've just been encompassed in a blanket of golden energy and I just felt amazing. And then I've been able to absorb that energy and give it to others. I don't feel that I have anything special. I believe that I have accepted something special from God and that I do have the ability to project that energy onto others. And that's only because I've been doing it and people have been getting profound results from it. So these are the types of things that I'm going to be doing. My whole life is about to change. I'm a business owner. I make a very good living. My whole life is literally about to change. I have to figure out a way that I'm going to transition out of that business or find a way for the business to run without me so that I can take on this new sole purpose of helping others. And yeah, it's a very scary thing, but it's super exciting. So I hope that in the months to come, the weeks to come, the videos to come, that people get a lot out of this. And I also hope that I get a lot out of it. One of the things that I really, really want is I want my audience, the people that view these videos, to interact with me. I want to know things too. I'll share my experience. If somebody knows something that I was wrong about or knows something that I'm wondering about, I want to hear about that from you guys also. And no matter what the opinion is, whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it, hey, maybe I'm wrong about things. I can't be right about everything. I am only learning these things from other people and my own experience. And sometimes we're wrong on the search for the truth. And so I just want to say that this is interactive and I want to interact with my audience. I want the audience's energy to be part of this whole creation with me. So I hope you guys enjoy what's to come in the future. I hope you have a great day.